Extracting details from vast data seems challenging if the data is messy. In today's video, we will see few examples of extracting details from vast data, which is really messy. Hi, my name is Vijay and you are watching Office Monk. Let's start the video without any delays.
Let's start with our very first example. We will start with basics and gradually we will move to advanced one. Over here I have got a data. In column C, I have got full name and against full name, I want first name and last name. Over here our approach will be very simple. We will copy this, Ctrl C or Command C and will paste in both the places, Ctrl V or Command V. I'll press escape. Now I'll come to first name, we'll go to formula bar and we'll delete last name from here. Enter. So we have got just first name over here. We'll come to last name and from here I'll delete first name. Enter. So I have got last name over here now. I'll come to first name and we'll press Ctrl E and all the first names got filled up. We'll come to last name, we'll press Ctrl E and we got the desired result. Ctrl E is the shortcut for flash fill. Let's see our next example. Over here I have got a data in which all the details are in column C and I want to divide the details in different heads. So I'll copy this, Ctrl C or Command C and will paste in all the places. Ctrl V or Command V. We'll come to region. Region is in the center. So I'll just keep region over here and will delete rest of the things. Enter. Company name, it's in the beginning. So I'll delete rest of the things and will hit enter. Same thing with invoice number. We'll keep invoice number over here and we'll delete rest of the things. Enter. Client name, it's in the end. So I'll keep client's name and we'll delete rest of the things. Enter. Items, it's in the center. So I'll keep items over here and we'll delete all the things. Now I'll come to region and we'll press Ctrl E. I got all the region over here. Company name, Ctrl E. Invoice number, Ctrl E. Client name, Ctrl E, and items, Ctrl E. So all the details got filled up. Suppose you want to keep items over here, change your headings, come to items, copy item from here, Ctrl C or Command C, delete all the data and paste item over here, Ctrl V. Now click just under first item and press Ctrl E and all the details got filled up. Let's see our next example. In this data, I have got customer name and customer ID together, but my target over here is to keep just customer name without any ID. Let's change the heading, enter. Now I'll click anywhere inside my data, will press Ctrl A or Command A. Whole data will be selected. Now I'll press Ctrl H. If you want, you can press Ctrl F also. Ctrl F and Ctrl H both are shortcut for find and replace. Find what? I'll take this to right. There are various employee IDs to replace or remove. So in that case, I'll come to find what and will put bracket open, star, bracket close, replace with. I don't want to replace this with anything because my target over here is to remove and not replace. So in replace with, I'm not going to put anything. I'll come down and will click on replace all. Alert, all finished. We made 15 replacements. I'll click on OK and we'll close this and just notice all the employee IDs got removed. Let's see our next example. Over here I have got a vast data and this data is in nearly 8,000 rows. On the right hand side we have got different heads and we have to divide our data in different heads. Over here doing Ctrl E seems impossible because the data is really vast and our data is divided with commas and commas are our delimiter over here. So I'll click on very first detail, will press Shift Ctrl down arrow key and all the details got selected. We'll go on top. Now I'll go to data tab, will come in the center. In center we get the option of text to columns. I'll click on text to columns. Over here we get two things, delimited and fixed width. I'll click on delimited. We'll come down and we'll click on next. Over here we are getting the option of delimiters. So what are our delimiters? Semicolon, comma, space or other. In our case the delimiter is comma. So I'll click on comma. If you have got some other delimiter in your data, just come to Other and put your delimiter over here. Come down and click on Next. Over here we get 4 options: General, Text, Date, Do not import column, and in bracket we can see Skip. Destination, it's C3. I'll take this to right. This is our C3, where our very first data is sitting. In case you want to replace this data, don't do any changes. But in case you don't want to replace this data, delete your destination. I'll take this down and we'll click just under the first head. So our destination got changed. Now I'll come down and we'll click on Finish. And just notice, all the heads got divided. Now I'll press Ctrl A or Command A. Whole data will be selected. We'll go to Home tab and we'll create borders. In case you want to delete this data now, you can. In case you want to hide it, you can. And the whole data is ready. Let's move to next example. Over here we have got employee name, but the employee names are not proper. In some places there are slots of space, and in some places letter of first name or last name is not in uppercase. So we are going to achieve our result in 2 steps. Let's see our first step. It will be plus or equal to trim, bracket open. I'll click on employee name, means first name. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got the name. We will drag this down. We'll come to second step. In second step, we are going to use proper, plus or equal to proper, bracket open. I'll click on first name. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we can drag this down. Can we delete this data? No. As of now, no, we can't delete. I'll undo this. We will have to copy all the data and we'll paste here as values. One more thing over here. In case you want to use proper with trim, it can be done. We'll double click over here and we'll use proper, bracket open. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We'll drag this down and we got the desired result. No need of step 2. So over here I have used trim along with proper. Now we will copy this, Ctrl C or Command C, and we'll paste here as values. Now we can delete this data. Perfect. I'll undo this and we'll move to next example. Over here we have got all the details in a single column, and in details we have company name, invoice number, region, items and client's name. And after that our second data is starting, means from here. So I'll click just under company name, we'll press plus or equal to, we'll click on company name, enter. We are in different row now. We'll come ahead, plus or equal to, we'll click on invoice number, enter. We'll come ahead, plus or equal to, we'll click on region, enter. We'll come ahead, plus or equal to, we'll click on items, enter. We'll come ahead, plus or equal to, we'll click on client's name, enter. In every head, row is different. Now I'll select all the data and we'll drag it down. Perfect. We'll go on top. We'll press F5 or function F5. Small window will pop up. Go to. At the bottom in left hand side, we can see special. I'll click on special. On the 4th number, we can see blanks. So I'll click on blanks and we'll do OK. All the blank cells got selected. Now I'll press Ctrl minus. Small window will pop up. Delete. We get 4 options over here. Shift cells left, shift cells up, entire row, entire column. So our target over here is to shift cells up. I'll click on OK. And all the blanks got removed and I got the proper data over here. Let's move to next example. Over here also, we have got all the details in a single column and we have to divide in different heads. But our approach over here will be different. I'll click on country name and we'll check the cell number. It's C3. Data of second country is starting from here. So first data is in C3, then C4, C5, C6. And data of second country is from C7. I'll go on top. We'll come to country name and we'll type C3. Enter. This is C3. We'll come to second country. This is C7. We'll click over here, C7, enter. We'll click on C3 and we'll drag this to right. We'll come to C7 and we'll drag this to right. Perfect. One thing to keep in mind, all the heads are in a sequence. So only I dragged my cell number. In case it's not in a sequence, you'll have to put your sequence over here. Means in cell numbers. Suppose that you have got country name over here in C3, then you have got currency. So currency is in C5, so you'll have to put C5 over here. Perfect. Now I'll come down and we'll check the last cell number, and that is C42. We'll go on top, we'll select all the cell numbers and we'll drag this till C42. Over here we can see C42. I'll delete rest of the data. Now I'll select all the cell numbers and we'll press Ctrl H or Ctrl F. Find and replace. Find what? I'll take this down. Find C. Replace with is equal to C. And we'll click on replace all. Alert. All finished. We made 40 replacements. I'll do OK. And we'll close this. And we got the proper result or proper data. Let's move to next example. Over here we have got details in column C and all my details is in line break. So what is line break? Let's understand. We'll increase formula bar. If we see formula bar minutely, in the first line we have got one text, second text is in second line and third text is in the third line. And over here I want all the details in a single line. So what we will have to do? Control C or Command C and we'll paste my data over here. Control V or Command V. Now I'll go to formula bar and we'll remove extra space. We'll give space over here. We'll click just before east. We'll press backspace or delete. We'll give space now. We'll hit enter. Now all the details are in a single line. We'll click just under my details and we'll press Ctrl E. We'll decrease size of formula bar and we got all the details over here without line break. Let's move to next example. Over here I have got a data in which we have got monk in the name of few names, and in few names we can see champ, and we have to remove champ and we have to put monk over here. This is our first target. Our second target, in country name we have to remove US and we have to put United States. Means we have to replace US with United States. Let's see what can be done. I'll click anywhere inside my data, will press Ctrl A or Command A. Whole data will be selected. Now I'll press Ctrl F. You can press Ctrl H also. We'll take this up. Find what? So find champ. Replace. Replace with monk. And I'll click on replace all. Alert. All finished. We made 5 replacements. I'll do OK. And we'll close this. And just notice, instead of champ, we can see monk now. Second target, we want United States in place of US. But in few names, we can see US in the end. Over here also, we have got US. Let's see what can be done. I'll select my whole data by pressing Ctrl A or Command A. We'll press Ctrl F or Ctrl H. Find and replace. Find what? Find US. Replace with United States. We'll come down and we'll click on replace all. All finished. We made 11 replacements and I'll do OK. We'll close this. We'll increase the column size and just notice the word US got replaced with United States. But when we come to names, means employee names, over here also we can see United States. In some places I wanted United States, but I never wanted United States in my names. So let's see what can be done. I'll undo this. Ctrl Z or Command Z. We are back with our previous data. We'll press Ctrl A or Command A. Now I'll press Ctrl F or Ctrl H. Find what? US. Replace with United States. We will come down and we'll click on match case. Suppose that you are not able to see match case in your scenario, go to options and click on options and you will be able to see match case. Now I'll click on replace all. All finished. We made 8 replacements and I'll do OK and we'll close this. And just notice in names, US haven't got replaced with United States. Let's move to next example. Over here we have got employee IDs and few heads. Employee IDs will be managed through drop-downs and our heads will also be managed through drop-downs. And we have to extract our data from another sheet that is by the name of data in our workbook. And this data is really vast with lots of heads. But in our scenario, we want limited heads and all the heads can be changed and we should get desired results. I'll select one employee ID over here, employee 105, name. We will use one formula of dget over here, plus or equal to dget, bracket open, database. We will go to our data, we'll click on first head, that is employee ID. We'll press shift control, down arrow key, right arrow key, and the whole data will be selected. We'll go on top, comma, field. We will go to our example file and we'll click on head, that is name, comma, criteria. Over here, our criteria will be header plus employee ID. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got the name. If I change the header, we'll do as age, we got the age. Can we drag our data to right? As of now, we got num error. So why we got num error? Because we haven't logged our cells. We'll delete this. We'll click on our formula. So we will have to log two things over here. First one is database. So I'll select the cell reference. We'll press F4 or function F4 and my range will be logged. Second thing is field and that is our header. So we are not going to lock this. Third thing is criteria and we have to lock the cell reference of our criteria. We'll press F4 or function F4. So our database and criteria got fully logged. Now I'll hit enter. If I'll do this name, we got name. If I'll do this phone number, we got phone number. Let's drag this to right. We got all the details. If I'll come to phone number and we'll do this name, we got the name. So our data got extracted very properly. One major drawback of dget. If I'll drag my employee IDs over here and I'm thinking that I'll drag down my data, it's not going to work because dget takes header and your data as a reference. And when we will drag this down, our reference will keep on increasing. Only reason we can't drag down our data, but yeah, we can drag it to right side. We'll press escape and we'll delete this. Let's move to next and last example. That will be our bonus tips. Over there, we will see what can be done. Over here, I have got many heads, but all the heads will be managed through drop downs. In the beginning, we have got region, but when we will select name, name should change. Means data should change. I'll undo this, Ctrl Z or Command Z. Over here, we will be using VLOOKUP and we will be using VLOOKUP along with match. But let's understand match first. Plus or equal to match. Bracket open, lookup value. Over here in match, our lookup value will be our header. We have to drag our formula to bottom as well as to right side. So we will have to partially lock our lookup value. Now what is partially locking? In case you will lock your cell fully, $1 will be inserted in the beginning and $1 will be inserted in the center. So partially locking means either dollar will be inserted in the beginning or in the mid. I have to drag my data to bottom also and to right also. So I'll put dollar in the center. When we will insert dollar in the center and we'll drag it to right, cell reference will keep on changing. But when we will drag it to bottom, cell reference will not change. We'll come to the end, comma, lookup array. So lookup array, we will go to our data, we'll come to left, We'll click on first header. We'll press Shift Control right arrow key and all the headers got selected. Now I'll press F4 or function F4 one time and our cell reference will be logged fully. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got number 12. We'll take this in center. If I'll change my header from here and we'll select name, we got number 11. When we go to our data, we'll come to left hand side. Name is in number 1. So why we are getting 11 over here? Let's double click. I'll delete bracket from here. We'll put comma. We got 3 options. 1 is for less than, 0 is for exact match and -1 is for greater than. And in the beginning, in our formula, we haven't put anything. So this time I'll put 0 for exact match. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got 2. If I change header from here, if I select blood group, it's 3. So cell reference is getting changed. Now I'll go to first header. We'll insert VLOOKUP over here. Plus or equal to VLOOKUP. Bracket open. Lookup value. Employee ID is my lookup value. I have to drag my data to right hand side as well as to the bottom. So I'll partially log this by pressing F4 or function F4 3 times. And dollar will be inserted in the very beginning. Comma. Table array. We'll go to my data and we'll select my data from top. In case you want to select headers, you can. In case you want to select just data, you can. But I always prefer to select my data from top. So I'll select my data from top. We'll press F4 or function F4 and the whole range will be logged. Now, what's the basic reason behind selecting data from top? In future, if my data increases, I'll not have to change my formula again. Comma. Column index number. Let's put anything in column index number. Let's put 8. No need to count column index number. Comma. True or false. I'll select false for exact match. If you want, you can put 0 also for exact match. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We got country name. Why we haven't got blood group? Because we haven't added match. So I'll double click on the formula and we'll copy this. I'm not going to copy is equal to. We'll copy this, Control C or Command C. We'll press escape. Now I'll come to country name, that is India. We'll double click on the formula. Over here we had inserted 8, that is column index number. I'll delete this and we'll paste the formula or function of match, Control V or Command V, and we'll hit enter. I got blood group. If I'll select invoice number, I got invoice number. Phone number, region, I got region. Phone number, I got phone number. So this is working perfectly. We'll align this in center. Now we can delete this. One thing more. If I'll delete employee ID from here, we got NA error. So to avoid NA error, we can use if error or if NA. I'll undo this, Control Z or Command Z. We'll double click on the formula. We'll come in the beginning and we'll put if error. Bracket open. We'll come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now if we will delete employee ID from here, our cell is blank. I'll undo this. Now I'll drag my data to right and we'll drag down my data. Perfect. We'll come to left. We'll go on top. In case you want to delete some header from here, you can. It's not going to hamper our formula. Delete. We'll delete few more. Delete. Delete. Now we have got just 3 heads. I'll change the heads, name, designation, and sales. And we got desired results. So these were the few examples of extracting data in Excel. Either your data is vast or small, you can apply these tricks. I'll provide the link of file in description box. In case you want to download, you can.
I'm sure you must have loved the video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you soon with a new topic. Till then, bye bye.